Hey, welcome, Louise George here. Today we're talking about why it is time to make a bigger impact, and I'm going to be sharing some or a lot of my story from where I was 10 years ago, my business journey, the ups and downs, owning it all, having multiple passions, and how I manage having different businesses, how I manage a coaching company, being a film and TV actor, being a published author, speaking opportunities, and how you can do all of those things as well. So if you're joining me live, welcome, thanks for joining me. Do let me know who you are. I'm going to share this out, so please do share this out if this will resonate with your tribe as well. Welcome if you're watching live, if you're on the replay, big love to you as well. And drop a comment below, let me know, what are you up to? What is your intention for this week and this month? What are you creating? What are you calling in? What resonates with this message? What is it that you would like to know about having multi-passions, about really creating a thriving coaching company or online business, and managing that with different parts of your life, different passions that you have, and how really you get to integrate all of that and show up more unapologetically fully as you. So I'm sharing this out in our Inner Circle group. If you're joining us from the Inner Circle, hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. And we will share this in the Wise Wild Wealthy Woman group as well. Hey, Tracy Liv is in the house. Follow this amazing woman who is in our Wise Wild Wealthy Sister Mind and absolutely crushing it in her coaching company. She's such an inspiration. So good to see you here live. Let me know in the comments if you are joining us live, like what part of the title of this content resonates with you. What questions do you have in terms of taking your business to the next level, in terms of really getting out there and making a bigger impact? And that is both personally, professionally, and in the world. This isn't just about making a big impact for yourself, but making a big impact in positive change, like raising the consciousness of the planet, contributing in a bigger way, all of the things. Hey Almeric, good to see you. Bethany, lovely to see you. So let me know where you are, what you're up to, and as we go through this, drop your questions, comments and takeaways. I'd love to support you in getting to the next level, whatever that is for you. There's no cookie cutter approach. I'm going to be sharing some of the things that I've done, some of the things that have worked for me and have been important to me, and where I'm taking my company to. And I'd love to hear from you, like what is the next level for you, and that's different for all of us, right? So I'm just going to share this out finally in our Inner Circle, if I can find it. And if you are in our Inner Circle, give us a comment and shout out below. And please share this out with your tribes as well. So who do we have on? Almeric, Bethany, Tracy Liv. Thanks for joining live. And if you're watching on the replay, let us know with a CTR in the comments as well. I'm going to share this on my timeline. And we're good to go. So my journey of self-development, of serious self-development, personal development and business started in my mid-20s. So we're going back over a decade now. And I want to speak to some of the questions that I get asked so much lately. And I'm interviewed quite often for other people's podcasts and blogs and things like that. And one of the questions that I always get asked is like, has it always been this easy? Like, how, you make it look like you're absolutely thriving and it's so easy. And something that I speak to all of my clients and community about is, no, there's no one straight line to success and fulfillment. Like life and business is a roller coaster ride. There are ups and downs, and it's just learning to ride that roller coaster. And the more work you do, the more internal work you do, the easier that roller coaster ride becomes. And when you're on that downward turn, that downward dip of the roller coaster, you learn to bounce back much quicker. And so that's really where I'm at today. But just over a decade ago, it was a very different story. Hey, Alex, gorgeous. Lila's in the house. Davinda, so good to see you. Hey, Tracy's in the Inner Circle and Wise Wild Wealthy Woman. Such a mouthful. I might have to change the name of that program, but it's amazing anyway. So thanks so much for joining us live, ladies. Please do drop a comment below and let us know your questions, comments and takeaways as we go through this. This is going to be such a powerful conversation, and I want it to be a conversation. But just to speak to where I was just over a decade ago, like I was in a funk. And actually, that's putting it very lightly. I was suffering with depression, anxiety, panic attacks, and I don't speak about that. I mean, I'm open to speak about it whenever, really, but I really don't resonate with that version of me. I'm a very different person today. It seems like that happened to somebody else now, and it really did. That was a different version of who I am, who I be. But I was, just over a decade ago, like I was lost, completely in despair. I was overwhelmed, I was depressed, I was anxious, I was suffering with panic attacks, like all of the things, because I wasn't living a life aligned with who I really be. I wasn't the architect of my life at that point. I didn't even realize that we could create our realities. I was so stuck in the system of the shoulds, of society's expectations, and the only thing I always knew from a young age was that I was here for a big purpose. I didn't know what that was, and also that when I was stuck in this system, when I was stuck in the shoulds and working for other people, I just knew it wasn't right, and I didn't know how to get out of that. I didn't know, and that is working in corporate, that is just following society's expectations, you know, go to school, go to college, go to uni, get a job, get married, have kids, blah blah blah. And I was like, really, is that it? Like, pay bills and then die? Like that? I'm here for something else. Like, I'm here for a bigger purpose. And it was knowing that, but not knowing like how to do that, or what that purpose was, or how to get in alignment, or how to create my own life, that led to me being in that place of despair and depression, because I felt trapped. I really did. And so I don't want to go into that any more than that, but just to let you know, like, that's where I was just over a decade ago. In my mid-20s, that's where I was. I was really struggling. And I knew at that point that I either stay in that dark place, hey gorgeous Alex, lovely to see, or I could do whatever it took. And at that point it was clawing my way out, like one step at a time, really taking a good look at how I was living, how I was taking care of myself. And it started with fitness, that led to spirituality, that led to just really connecting to all of those things, to who I really was, to a higher source, all of those things. And so it's been over a decade now of not serious, but deep personal development, deep spirituality, connecting to myself, taking great care of myself. And so no, it hasn't been easy. It's been a real journey, and at that point it certainly didn't feel easy. Today it comes with more ease and flow because of that journey, and I'm so grateful for what I then called a breakdown that I now know to be a breakthrough, because it really did crack me open to all of the things that I have created today. And that is really important to underline. I have created this life. I have created my coaching company that is thriving today. I have created all of the opportunities, and more than that, I continue every day to get in alignment with them. So creation and alignment are two really key words here. Like getting in alignment with who you really be, and consciously creating your reality, being intentional about how you're showing up in the world, how you're taking care of yourself, connecting to future you and all of the things that you want to create, and not getting too involved in the hows or forcing them, but being in a place of trust and flow and showing up intentionally as that person already. You do not have to wait until you are that person, and in fact it doesn't work that way. You've got to do the internal work so that you can show up as that version of you now, and then your external reality reflects that back to you, which is what is happening to me today, with thanks to all of the amazing internal work that I've done and continue to do on a daily basis. Now, as so many people come to me, and because they're seeing the external results, they're seeing me having books published, they're seeing me on film as an actor, on TV, and creating an amazing coaching company, and seeing my amazing clients like Tracy Liv creating the most incredible results in their companies as well. Like, my clients are now creating their own multi-5-figure months, and it's not just about that income, but it's about the impact that they're having. It's about the opportunities that are open to them now. It's about them also getting in alignment and creating their realities. Let me know if any of this is resonating with you, and where you are on this journey. Are you feeling aligned and on the right path right now? Or are you feeling like things aren't quite working for you? You're not manifesting the things externally that you would like to. I'd love to hear from you. So what changed for me? What changed for me was that decision just over 10 years ago to create my reality and do whatever it took for me to really live more intentionally. And that was everything. That was a real holistic approach. That was health, fitness, how I was nourishing myself, reading more and learning about spirituality, different spiritual practices, connecting and being intentional about who I was spending my time with, like moving my body on a regular basis. So I was really at that point starting to more mindfully and intentionally nourish my mind, my body and my soul on every level. And it was a step-by-step process, and it was slow in the beginning because I was pulling myself out of that depression. I was like starting to take off the layers of the shoulds that I had piled on myself, and the expectations and the beliefs that didn't even belong to me. So it was a slow journey at first, and today, you know, it's a much more flowing journey, and it's a much quicker manifestation process because of where I'm at on that journey. So I made that decision back then, and then it was lots of putting myself out there, trying things and failing. I realised quite early on, around the same time, that I could no longer work for anyone else, that I had to work for myself. I had to create my own reality, and that was when I first went into business for myself, like just over a decade ago. Initially with my partner Piers, and that business is still going today. Back of Beyond, shout out to backofbeyonduk.com, and that is an outdoor activity business, and that was my first taste of business and creating my own reality and, you know, working for myself. Hey Deb, hey Philo, gorgeous to see you. Mwah, thanks for the loves. Please do tap the screen if this is resonating with you. So yeah, my first business was in partnership with Piers in Back of Beyond Adventures just over 10 years ago, and that was a beautiful partnership, but it was still really important to me to create my own business, my own reality at that point, because that was Piers' baby really, and I came on board in partnership with him to help him take that to the next level. And then I had a couple of other businesses, which I speak about a lot. I had a property management and personal assistant company, and I had a fitness coaching company, which evolved into life coaching, and the rest is history, as they say. So really, it's been loads of just putting myself out there, massive courageous action, trying things and failing, trying things and realizing, no, that's not quite it, until I started really following my heart. And that was in 2014 with Bodhi Babes. And I had no intention behind that apart from I want to share my spiritual and my personal development journey. If it just impacts one other person, amazing. And I was still fitness coaching at that point, and I still had my property company at that point. But it was the blogging, it was Bodhi Babes, it was the self-development and the spirituality that really lit me up and really moved me, and was really truly soul aligned, right? So I just wrote, I blogged every single day for an entire year, and with that, with following what lit me up, it didn't even make sense, I just wanted to do it, came so many opportunities. So that's the first thing, following the calling and doing it just because it really lights you up. So from Bodhi Babes, I was invited to speak and to private events of Hay House. So I was connecting with the Hay House publishing company and all of their amazing authors and bloggers. I was also blogging, and they were sharing my blog posts. I was then invited to speak for there was a competition actually, but for Psychology's magazine, and to blog for Psychology's labs for a while. So all of these things weren't things that I set out and had really clung on to. They were opportunities that presented themselves as a result of me following what I really wanted to do. So follow your highest excitement, follow your joy is the biggest piece of advice I can give anyone. Even if it doesn't make sense, even if there's no obvious reward at the end, just do it for the love, do it because it lights you up, because it will create the most amazing, most soul aligned opportunities. And that was the first thing that I did. And that, as you see, has led me to today. So from that blog and being a coach in other areas, that led naturally into life coaching. So I took my fitness coaching business into life coaching. I trained as a life coach, and the blogging continued, and the company evolved from there, and we started building an amazing community around Bodhi Babes, many women who are in Bodhi Babes are still in our community today, in our Wise, Wild, Wealthy Women community. Come and join us if you're not, and thank you for being here live, and I can see your comments. I will get to those at the end, so thank you so much. Thanks for the hearts as well. Share your comments, questions and takeaways as we're going through this. And then my life coaching evolved into life and business and success coaching, because I had other coaches, other online business owners coming to me and saying, hey, you know, we're doing a similar thing, we're life coaches or whatever, but we can't make it work, can you teach us? So naturally I had people coming to me who were seeing me showing up. So that's the second thing, showing up, being really visible. Because I was showing up every day and I was continuing to blog every day, I had clients coming to me from very early on because they were seeing me being visible. And remember, this was back in 2014 and 2015, when it wasn't such a noisy online space. Like there was no lives at the time. There weren't as many people being really visible and going for it. So I had lots of clients coming to me saying, hey, you know, and as a TV presenter and actor and coach and creating a successful coaching business, I had so many clients going, hey, can you teach us to do what you're doing? And so it's just evolved and continued to grow from there. So follow your joy, and being really visible. Two things that were massive for me. I'm writing these down so I can recap at the end, in case you need it. And Lila, if you're still on, please pop them. And anyone actually, please. Number one, follow your joy. Number two, be visible. Please pop them in the comments, gorgeous people. Where are we going from there? Oh, okay, so. And then there was a part of me that realised I wasn't being fully me, right? I trained as an actor and TV presenter and in media. And I had put that on the back burner for a couple of years as I was growing my coaching company. But it is a part of who I be. Being a creative, it's in my zone of genius to be on camera, like put a camera in my face. I'm a natural TV host, acting, like it just is something that I do effortlessly and I get so much joy from. And I realized that I needed to bring that back into my life as well and really embrace that part of who I be. But for so long, and right up until I would say 2015, and even 2016, I still had this story playing out that you've got to pick. You can't be a coach and an actor and all the other things. Like, what is it that you really want to do? Pick. Oh, Lila, if you just share, number one is joy and number two, visibility. That would be amazing. You have to pick. You've got to pick something, was the story that I had playing out. And I had kind of picked the coaching company at that point because it was going really well. I was loving it. And I had part of me, you know, wanting to continue to put acting on the back burner or maybe let it go. And then I was like, do you know what? No. This is a lifestyle company and this is about me. And for any of you watching this, like today more than ever in your companies, especially if you have an online business, a service-based business, coaching and all of these gorgeous service-based professions, you get to be you and really brand you. Thanks, Lila. And Deb. And then it was Marie Forleo. It was one line from Marie Forleo that changed everything for me. And that was about being a multi-passionate entrepreneur. And that clicked it into place for me. I was like, multi-passionate entrepreneur. That's what I am. That's who I be. I don't need to pick acting or presenting or my coaching company. I can do all of those things. I am all of those things. Hey, Karen, lovely to see you. And writing as well. And then I started to see all of the crossovers. Then I started to realize, like, I am a professional actress. I am making films. I am on TV. And so I started bringing that into my coaching company and particularly at my workshops to help women really step into their power, to really explore different character archetypes and different energies and to really become the most powerful, confident versions of themselves. And then I realized, you know, acting gives so much to my coaching company. And also coaching and acting, there's so many crossovers. Like, being a great actor is really about being very present with your scene partner, actively listening and responding to them. Coaching is the same and in its most simplest, powerful form. Active listening, responding, holding space. So I then started to realize, like, all of the things that are a massive part of me and the gifts that I bring to the world cross over. So I invite you to look at the same. Where are you, like, splitting yourself off into different compartments? And actually, how can you embrace all of those gifts and realize that that's who you be and they're the amazing, unique gifts that you bring to the world. Hey Charlotte, hey Craig, gorgeous to see you. I was just talking about our Stomp audition the other day. That's for another story. So you get to be a multi-passionate entrepreneur. You do not have to compartmentalize yourself or put yourself into boxes or try and fit in with anyone. And you do not have to write a specific kind of copy or mold your business or what you're creating in the world into somebody else's expectations or what you think it should look like. It's about you. Whatever you're doing as an entrepreneur, a creative, or a leader in this world, it's really about who you be. It's about being unapologetically you and embracing all of those amazing gifts that you bring to the world. So that was huge for me, really embracing being a multi-passionate entrepreneur. And that's why today I have this gorgeous coaching company. I'm also still acting for TV and film. I am hosting, I'm writing. And so the second question that I get asked a lot, so that's the third thing. So number one was follow your joy. Number two was, what was number two? I forgot. Anyway, it's in the comments. Visibility. So follow your joy. Get really visible. Show up. And the second thing was being multi-passionate, embracing being multi-passionate. And this leads me on to the second question that I get asked so much, and I was asked this on an interview yesterday. Like, how do you manage all of those things? Like, how are you managing running a really successful coaching company, being an actor, being an author, published author, speaking, all of those things? Like, is that not super crazy busy? And my answer is no, it's not. My business and life today, my businesses and all of these things flow today more than they ever have, because it's really, again, it's about me being me. It's about me following what lights me up. And everything that I create today, from my online presence to my blogs, my podcasts, to reaching out and creating clients, to acting opportunities, to writing my books, all come from a place of alignment and really checking in and following joy. I create from a place of excitement. Like this Facebook Live is because, I want to share this. Somebody needs to hear this today. And I follow those whispers, that intuition, what I'm called to share in the moment. So there's really no strategy around that. I mean, there is an element of strategy to the work and the business that I'm the company that I'm running, but it's such a small percentage. Like, the strategy is around alignment first and coming from that heart-centered place and following excitement. And so that is always going to lead you to the best opportunities to create from a place of authenticity and integrity and alignment. So that's really how I'm managing all of those things today, how I am acting, because I choose and I'm intentional about the work that I say yes to. I choose and I'm intentional about when I'm acting and the space that I have for that and the kind of work that I desire to continue doing in that area. I'm really intentional about when I'm writing and what I'm writing, and I'm intentional about my coaching company as well. And so I'm coming from that place of alignment, following my highest excitement, but also being really intentional about how I'm showing up in all of those areas. And it really just flows beautifully, because all of them are just me being me following that excitement, me showing up and creating from a place of alignment. And the last couple of years, acting had been on the back burner so that I could really focus on getting my coaching company up to where it is today. And now I'm able to, now the coaching company is really thriving at a higher level. I'm all in continually for my coaching company, but I have more space with a gorgeous assistant like Lila as well, and a team who support me in other areas. I'm able to say yes to more acting opportunities again. I'm able to write more and create more. So the early days of business and when I decided to really go for it at the end of 2015 meant like really going all in and focusing, and the more support you get around the work that you're doing as your business grows, as you're able to invest at a higher level and have people support you, you can take on more opportunities. So today, like, I really am able to focus on my zone of genius, which is coaching, which is writing, TV hosting, acting, all of those creative things, and also creating content and opportunities in my coaching and clients in my coaching business. Everything else gets outsourced. Lila is my online business manager and assistant, so and I'm so grateful. Lila, I love you. She is supporting me massively with like the all of the technical stuff in my business, all of the back end stuff, all of the administrative stuff. Like, and I have people helping me with social media and any funnels that we're building and things like that as well. So I don't have to get involved in that in anything that's not in my zone of genius very much these days. Thanks, gorgeous. So that's really key to point out. Like today, I have an amazing team supporting me. So that's the next thing. So we go from joy to visibility to remind me of the others. Joy, visibility, embracing your multi-passionate nature. Really being intentional about how you're showing up, where you're showing up is the next thing. Please write these down, people, in the comments if you will. So the third thing was embracing being multi-passionate. Hey Faye, gorgeous to see you. And then really being intentional about how you're showing up is the next thing. And then when you're able to, outsourcing as much as you can, as quickly as you can, and investing in a team supporting you. And that includes a coach, by the way. I have the most incredible coaches and mentors and mastermind groups continually supporting me to get to the next level, as well as having a team who support me in my company. And that is what has enabled me to get to where my company is today. So going from that place of despair where I was just over a decade ago, and it has been over a decade's journey of different businesses, trying things, being prepared to fail forwards. Failure is a massive part of the journey. Putting things out there and them not working, and then refining and trying again is huge. Really coming from that place of alignment and being intentional and embracing being multi-passionate, all of those things. So these are the biggest things that have created the coaching company that I have today, and have enabled me to also continue following those other passions and acting and speaking and writing and all of those things. If you are looking to create any of those things, if you are at a stage in your business and you're like, how do I do that? I really want to make a bigger impact. I want to be able to embrace more of my multi-passionate nature. I want to be able to get more press, maybe you want to be more visible. Maybe you're looking to create a high level of clients and income. Any of the things that we've spoken about today, let us know and drop a comment and let us know where you're at, and I'd love to support you with that. But really it's about following the things that we've spoken about today. And the most important thing is just having the vision for your life, yes, but just following each next step, staying connected to your heart, most importantly, coming from that very aligned place and taking action from there, following your joy, excitement, all of those things, and being open to whatever opportunities are going to present themselves from that place. Like, I haven't controlled the how of the acting or the writing or the opportunities. As you heard, if you've missed any of this, please do go back to the beginning in the replay. Like, I know all of my gifts. I know all of the things that I'm passionate about and want to continue taking to the next level. I know the vision of my life, but I'm so open to opportunities because so often, the universe has a much bigger plan for you than you could ever dream of yourself. So while I knew that I wanted to write, I just followed that inspiration, and it started with a blog and has led to being published on other people's blogs. It has led to being a published children's author now. Troy the Spotty Rescue Dog out this week. And it has, I'm now about to get my second book published, which is connected to my coaching company. So many opportunities just from following that inspiration, that excitement, that joy. Ty is very excited as well. So any questions, comments or takeaways? Thank you so much to those of you who have been on here live with me. It's so gorgeous to see you. And also if you're watching this on the replay, big love to you as well. So Lila, you've been thinking a lot lately about what it is you really want. For a long time, having kids was something that seemed really important to my future, but now I'm starting to question whether I can't see the rest of that, honey. So like anything, whether that is starting a family, whether it is starting a business or creating a new program, anything that you're thinking about that you want but you're not sure about, often it's because we're coming from here. We're thinking about creating something or doing something from a head brain, from sometimes from an ego self-based place, or because we're caught up in stories that don't even belong to us. And it's when we're all up here trying to work things out, trying to think about the next steps. And actually your most fulfilled life doesn't come from here. It's created from your head brain, yes, but it doesn't start there. So great question. I don't even know if it's a question because I can't see the full thing, Lila, but thank you so much for sharing, first of all, and being here. And this is hopefully going to support any of you who are on here and in that place of I'm not sure what's next, and whether that is creating a bigger impact, getting more visibility in your business, creating a higher level of clients and income, maybe having children, family, like any of these things in any of your life areas that might be love, health or money. And you're like, I'm not sure what the next thing is, and I'm not sure whether it's this or that. It's because you're coming from here. So drop into your heart space is the biggest thing. And I speak about this a lot. You'll hear me repeating a lot of things very intentionally. And it will be in meditation and stillness. It will be in intentionally connecting to your heart. It will be in asking your heart and asking your head to be quiet and still while you connect to this heart. Like, ask your heart, what is it you truly desire? What is it you truly desire? Because our heart-brain intelligence, as we've always known from a spiritual point of view, but neuroscience has caught up with this and has proved that we have a heart-brain which is independent, which is responsible for our desires, our values, our emotions. So this is the place to ask, what is it you truly desire? What do you want? What is it? And so that might take time and practice, just being in stillness and speaking to that. But really listen and pay attention, because so often we can hear that voice and we second guess it. It's often, it's that voice of intuition. It's that very quiet voice saying, no, it's this. And how you can check in with this is, how does it feel in your body? When you say yes to something, does your body feel light and expansive? Is there a level of excitement? Or do you feel constricted? Does it feel heavy? Does it feel those kind of more negative, heavy feelings? So your body will tell you. You have a visceral reaction to whether something is meant for you or not. So pay attention to that body compass, but also be intentional about communicating with your body wisdom and get out of your head. Like, ask your heart what you desire and then create from that space. Like, ask your head, like, how do you agree with that, and how can we move forwards from this? Your head is amazing at, once you've connected to your body wisdom and your heart and your intuition, your head is then amazing and so powerful at being, you can intentionally direct it as well as to what to create and really moving forwards in the world in that way. Thanks, Lee, that really speaks to me. Good. Thank you so much. Hey, pal, love to see you on here as well. So if you're watching on the replay, big love to you as well. Please do go back to the beginning. This is a really powerful conversation. I'm sharing a lot of my insights on journey from depression, anxiety and panic attacks to my amazing coaching company and being a multi-passionate entrepreneur, like having a thriving coaching company, but also being a speaker and a TV actor and published author, and how I manage all of those things. And one of the other things that I wanted to speak to you on that was the podcast interview I was talking about this on was about letting go. And again, that is knowing all of these things, intentionally living, but not holding on really tight to what it exactly looks like, just being open to opportunities, like I say. So that's where I'm at today, following my intuition, my body wisdom, creating from that place of inspiration and excitement, and not holding on tightly to exactly what my business and life looks like, being open to new opportunities. And there really is no strategy around it. I'm asked so often, like, what's the strategy to creating 20k months or 50k months or beyond? There isn't one. There is a small amount of strategy in business, but if you're really going to create a business that is soul aligned, that lights you up, that comes from that place of joy and expansion and is really fulfilling, that comes from alignment. That comes from doing the deep inner work. So it really is an inside out way to success, and then the strategy from the aligned place. So if any of this has been resonating with you, if you really want support in all of these things, if you're ready to go to the next level, and it is time, what are you waiting for? It is time to make the big impact that you're here to make. so often people will come to me saying, I really want to work with you, but this, that and the other needs to happen. Like, I need to make the money, or I'm going to get a job first, or I'm going to, this in my life needs to change. In my opinion and experience, that never happens. I cannot tell you how many people come to me and I check back in with them 6 months later or a year later and nothing has changed. Because if you're waiting for something to change outside of yourself, it's not going to happen. It's an internal journey. It's the internal stuff that needs to happen. It's the internal alignment. It's the deep inner work to become more of who you really are that is going to create the external results. And if you're not creating those external manifestations already, chances are you don't know how to do that. You're not doing the deep inner work. You're not sure how to get in alignment and to really powerfully use your head and body wisdom to work with universal laws and all of those things. So get help. You do not have to do it on your own. You do not have to struggle. You are going to have to take courageous action and invest in yourself financially, energetically and time-wise, and make it happen for yourself. That's what I did at the end of 2015, and that's when everything changed for me. When I realized I couldn't do it by myself anymore. When I'd had a couple of businesses that were okay, but they weren't really soul aligned, and had already started Bodhi Babes, but wasn't seeing the impact or the income that I really desired, really truly desired. At the end of 2015, I knew I had to ask for help. I knew I had to work with someone who had already created the kind of business and lifestyle that I wanted, who had already created the kind of income that I wanted. So if you're really ready to make that impact, if you're really ready to step into your full purpose and power, if you're really ready to start creating the life that you want, you do not have to do it all on your own, and it's going to take so much longer if you keep struggling by yourself. Ask for help, work out how you can make it happen, and you don't even need to know how to make it happen. You just need to decide to invest, decide to get help, make your first hire in business, a powerful coach and mentor who can support you with this internal journey so that you can start creating all of the things that you desire in your life as well. Because today I can honestly say, like, I'm so grateful for the life that I've created, but I have created it. It's been intentional and it hasn't been easy. Like the investment that I made in 2015 was super uncomfortable. I'd never invested in myself at that level, and I invested in 2015. And the first investment was $20,000, and then I made a second investment of another $20,000. I didn't have $40,000 sitting around in a coaching pot. I had to make that happen. I had to borrow and ask for help and do whatever it took, because I knew that I couldn't continue struggling and not living my full purpose. And from 2015, when I made that uncomfortable decision, when I took that courageous action, when I asked for help and worked with people who knew how to support me in getting from where I was to where I am, with that internal journey to the highest level that I continue to do today, that's why my life keeps growing. That's why my business keeps growing. And that's how I'm able to manage all of those different areas of my life and bring them in and really work on my zone of genius. So there's no secret to it. That's it. It's all of the things that I've spoken about today. And today in my coaching company, again, I'm really intentional. I know exactly who I'm working with, who I'm supporting. And at this stage, I'm working with super powerful, badass female entrepreneurs, creatives and leaders, like women who are ready to go to the next level, who are really ready to step into their purpose and power, because we have women joining our programs now. You know, we've just come to the end of our first round of our Wise, Wild, Wealthy Woman program, and you know, Tracy Liv, my amazing client in that program, is an amazing example of what's possible when you show up intentionally, when you invest courageously, financially, time-wise and energetically. When you do the work with a powerful coach, you can take your business from 0 to multi-5-figure months in a relatively short space of time. And more importantly than that, that just gives you the freedom to make the impact that you're here to make. So it's time to step into owning what you really desire. What is your heart really calling you to create in the world? What impact do you really want to make? What's the income that you really want to make? Because until you get clear and are really intentional and honest about what you want, you're not going to create it. So get clear and decide. And watch this video back and make notes and like really share your insights, either in the comments or feel free to PM me and let me know what insights and takeaways you have from this as well. And if you're looking for support, and if you're ready for support, if you are a female entrepreneur, a leader or creative, and you are ready to create the impact and the income now, if you're ready to take your business to multi-six figures and beyond, private message me. Let's have a conversation to see if working with me might be a good fit. Wise Wild Wealthy Sistermind is open for enrollment at the moment. From now until the end of December, you could have my support. You could join us in Bali in December to celebrate all you've created this year. And not only do you get my support, you get an amazing sistermind of women who are also stepping into their purpose and power, who are also creating at a really high level. You get to accelerate your success, and it doesn't have to take you the 8 years it took me to realize that I needed help. It doesn't have to take you the 8 years it took me on that deep journey of spirituality. You get to learn from me, to be mentored by me, to go into the processes that I've gone through, to be able to connect with your internal wisdom, because that's really what it's all about. It's about you becoming more you. It's about peeling back those layers. It's about the internal alignment and then creating from that space. If you're ready for that, message me now. Let's have a conversation. It would be my absolute pleasure to either support you personally or to at least point you in the right direction for your next step. Have an amazing rest of your day. I really appreciate you joining me live. Gorgeous, gorgeous people. And replay viewers, please do share your comments, questions and takeaways as well. And I will be back very soon with another live. Probably, what day are we on? Probably towards, maybe tomorrow. Let's leave it open. I will follow my joy and inspiration on that. It's a coaching week for me as well. So I'm coaching my amazing one-on-one clients. And then we're off to Cornwall next week for our high-level mastermind retreat for my Wise Wild Wealthy Woman program and then my private clients. So make sure you follow us on Instagram stories and Facebook stories and on these lives. We will be going live from Cornwall, so you can get a sneak peek behind the scenes at those events as well. So private message me. Do not wait any longer to create your dream life. Your time is right now. Step into your purpose and power today. Can't wait to hear from you. Big love. Hey Raquel, gorgeous to see you. Thanks for joining everyone.